welcome to the Sunday Start. If you haven't noticed yet, spring is here. It's upon us. I'm filming this. It is actually Monday. And so hopefully between when you see this video and when I'm shooting this video, you will see some cleanup and spring flourishing at the office. So I put Chris Lake in charge of some things that he's going to be trying to do in the next week to spruce up the outside of the buildings a little bit, just make sure the entranceways are clean, the winter stuff, debris is removed, the salt, the just the muck that's left behind, some of the crap. And hopefully we'll be putting on a little bit better presentation from the street as we pull up to our building. So hopefully you'll feel that way and can sense it by then. So and this, if you don't notice it, then you can call Chris Lake out on it because he was given that responsibility. So in the next week, by the time you see this, you should be, at least when you come in next Monday, you should think, oh, look, something happened. Hopefully that's true. Next thing, some of you know, this deep tan I've got, I was away some of last week, so I got an opportunity to do what I like to do on vacations, which is read. So I did get quite a bit of reading done, a couple of books, numerous other reports and journals and so on. And I thought of, so one of the things that I was reading while I was gone was the letter to the shareholders from Amazon. Why would I read that? I don't own Amazon stock. I'm sure I own something that owns Amazon stock, but regardless, I'd consider buying Amazon stock now I think about it, but it was pretty interesting in reading it, and I thought there were some things. I think Jeff Bezos, who's the owner of Amazon, is a pretty savvy guy. He's very intuitive when it comes to business, and I thought there were some insights here that I might be able to tell you about that I think are very similar to the culture that we share. You know, we're trying to have a culture that's obsessed with the patient experience, and so one of the titles of this one paragraph here is True Customer Obsession, so I'm going to read it to you. There are many ways to center a business. You can be competitor focused, you can be product focused, you can be technology focused, you can be business model focused, and there are more. But in my view, obsessive customer focus is by far the most productive. Why? There are many advantages to customer-centric approach. But here's the big one. Customers are always beautifully, wonderfully dissatisfied, even when they report being happy and business is great. Even when they don't know it, customers want something better. And your desire to delight customers will drive you to invent on their behalf. No customer ever asked Amazon to create Prime membership program, but it sure turns out they wanted it, and I could give you many such examples. Staying aggressive requires you to experiment patiently, accept failures, plant seeds, protect saplings, and double down when you see customer delight. A customer-obsessed culture best creates the conditions where all of that can happen. So, maybe you didn't find value in me reading that. Maybe you can go look it up as the 2016 letter to shareholders from Amazon. But there is, I think if you listen to what they're saying, if you understand what I'm saying day to day, that we need to be obsessed with that customer experience. The patient is naturally dissatisfied. As long as we do things reasonably well, they're reasonably satisfied, but we have that opportunity to make them extremely satisfied. And that requires just not doing what they tell us to do, but doing it before they even think we can do it. So we need to continually iterate, continually improve, continue on working on that experience. And one of the things, why do I have Chris Lake going around cleaning up the buildings? Well, when they come in and they see the windows looking dirty and they see the front porch looking crappy, they start to say, oh, maybe this is a place that doesn't care how they look on the outside. Maybe that's what they cut corners and they don't do things right. So, this is all part of the patient experience. And hopefully it's part of the employee experience that you feel like we're investing in you and keeping the facilities nice and keeping the place nice. But also if we are about what we say we are, we need to be performing that way. So, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting that someone else shares that. He also happened to grow a company 800 million times in the last couple of years. So there's something successful that we can reiterate. Let's copy it. Let's share it with you. Let's try and implement it as best we can. I hope you have a great week. Welcome to the spring. Spring has sprung around here. Hopefully it will dry out and stay this way for a little bit. But if not, it's supposed to rain in spring, I guess. So, all right, have a great week.